I drink a lot of water these days. A lot of water. I stopped drinking the booze, and then about a month ago, about 6 weeks ago, I stopped drinking like sodas, which was harder than the booze. And I've replaced it with water, but I've replaced it with like fizzy water. Just basically just soda. Like, it's not as bad for me, but like the like psychological addictive part of it, which is kind of what I'm trying to like wrap my head around with all this stuff, is like the same. Like I'm drinking a shit ton of fizzy water. As it turns out, it's cheaper than Diet Coke, which is good. And also I've got a soda stream. Lynn's has a soda stream, so I've used all the gas in that now, so I need to fill that thing up again. But yeah, I guess you just gotta pick your devil eventually. How you doing? How are things? I hope you're having a great time. Overwatch. Sorry, everything that goes up about video games on the internet now has to have at least one mention of Overwatch, as per our Blizzard overlords mandate. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. We did a lot of with 21 hero guides on GameSpot decided to put up. That was probably, it wasn't too many because we couldn't put up 15. You couldn't just not do Zenyatta. But it's been a really busy couple of weeks, which is why I've not had a lot of stuff up here on my YouTube channel. We've kept going with a Tournament of Lies. Taking a break this week, if you don't mind, because I want to like tweak the production a little bit. The audio quality's been kind of going up and down on some of the guys' mics, which I can't really blame them for. They've got their own fucking lives. They don't do this for day to day. James has to find time in between shoots in Hollywood. Dennis has to do it at stupid times of the daytime to facilitate me and James. But it's been going really well. I've really enjoyed it. My favorite part of doing that podcast is that I get to talk to those guys every week, which has been really fun. And the other favorite part is just the sheer volume of emails we get in with ridiculous suggestions. So this week we put up another Purgatory one. So we've cleaned out Purgatory again, and we're gonna take in some more. So if you have any suggestions, lies@eternaloflies.com. And if you've not listened to the podcast, check it out. Just go check it out. I would check out the one, episode 6. The one we don't say the names in the titles. It's like the worst SEO ever. We just put these videos up and they don't say the names in the titles. I've started like kind of alluding to the titles, and in the Purgatory ones I just say the names because we all know what games are in Purgatory anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's like the worst thing ever, because like we have like a big game, and then we're like Super Mario World, and then we don't put it in the title. It's just episode 7. So yeah, do me a favor. If you never listened to the podcast, give it a go. I'd give that one a go. Episode 6 I think is my favorite. Episode 7 was pretty good as well. We did this week. But yeah, it's been 78 days. I just did the math on one of those weird websites where you put the dates in. It's been 78 days since I've had a drink, which is about 2.5 months, I guess. Yeah, over 2.5 months. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Me and Linz are playing a lot of tennis, which is great. I lost a bunch of weight. I think I lost a bunch of weight, and then I lost more weight when I had when I got my teeth out for obvious fucking reasons. And then I feel like this month I probably plateaued a bit. I feel like it's the chest. It's the chest I like to go down, because fuck man, I keep a lot of weight on my chest. So when this goes down, it makes me feel real good, and it's gone down a lot, which is good. So I'm gonna keep on at it. So I got a month until E3. Actually, that's not a month until E3, Danny. It's like 17 days till E3. So hopefully I'll be a little bit thinner, but I like camera time at E3, so that'll be nice. For my own personal sense of self. So yeah, that's been cool. And I want to thank everyone on the last video I put up was when basically everyone was like, yo dude, quit fucking soda. So I did. It kind of worked out actually, because there was a week before I got my teeth out that I did that last video where I was like a month sober, and then I got my teeth out, and like the last thing you want to do when you've gotten your wisdom teeth out is like just do anything that even might upset that shit a little bit. So I just did not touch soda for like 2 weeks. It took me like a month and a half to use straws again. I was so scared about dry sockets, even though I think that like that's only for like the first week, maybe not even first couple of days, I don't know. But it's all kind of done back there. It's weird how your mouth grows back. That's been like really strange. Is like there's stuff that's happened at this side of my jaw which is not the same on this side, where it's like tightened up or something, like it just got fucked with, and it's like, no, we're gonna do this, and I can flex a muscle on the inside of my cheek, which is really weird. like I've been eating strange, and I've like now got this like big Papa Pump style muscle just stuck on the inside of my mouth. It's a Scott Steiner reference. When I lived in San Francisco, there was a street Scott, and then the next one was called Steiner, and I'd cycle past it every day and just do a thing. Anyway, WWE reference. Can't do a video about video games without one of those either. That's a CBS policy. Gersman made us do that one. Yeah, so it's been a crazy month for games, and because of that, I think it's been good for me because it's allowed me to like focus on reporting on games that are coming out now, which has been fun, which I feel like I wasn't doing for the longest time when I was doing The Point. We had our Overwatch little documentary series which went up, which did way better than I thought it would. That was a nightmare, actually. That happened around the same time as my teeth, and I was originally going to put them up the first week of May, and then I basically got wind that a bunch of other publications had gone down and interviewed them as well. So I spent 4 days editing those 3 videos in like quite a decent amount of pain, trying to drink chocolate milk to like do voiceover and stuff. So that's why I wasn't on camera for any of that stuff, or there was hardly any VO from my side, which was really cool. It was like this interesting creative restriction on the project where I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to get these people to tell their story even more than usual. So I really actually enjoyed it. And the response to it was like, man, fucking preview coverage and interviews was like bet over the head to me when I first joined the Games Press that they just don't work. Like previews don't work, interviews don't work. And the Witcher stuff was like, that made us feel good. No Man's Sky stuff made me really feel good. The Witcher stuff did incredibly well. But then you're like, there was a lot of hype for that game coming up beforehand. Overwatch stuff, I feel like a lot of people actually watched that who weren't into Overwatch. And then, like now I feel like I'm part of the marketing machine or something. But I feel like it was reaching an audience of people who weren't necessarily going to buy that game anyway. And then they enjoyed it for what it was. So, yeah, thank you so much for all the feedback on that. Those projects are fast becoming my most favorite thing to do, like by a mile. So I'm really hoping I have to do more of them. I'm kind of planning on trying to get more of them done, like put them more into my day-to-day, but well, I'll worry about that after E3, I guess. And that's kind of the thing. It's hard to like talk about what's happening in the future at the moment because E3 is just sitting right here. And I've also like, it's been a weird month actually because GameSpot turned 20 this month as well, and I put up the video. It's on GameSpot's YouTube now, and it's on GameSpot as well, which basically like celebrated the sort of I did 2 videos. One was the 20 Game of the Years we gave, and then we did another video, actually a second one with Kevin Van Ord, who came in, who's moving to Belgium now to work for Larian, who are the creators of, I always forget the name of it, Divinity Original Sin. So, which is a game he reviewed for us back in, he gave it a 9, I think. I remember I had him on the lobby for it. And now he's probably going to go and write the second one. But he's moving to fucking Belgium to do it, so that's crazy. So we had him in and talked to him and Peter Brown about how they got involved in GameSpot. And then on Friday I posted this video basically like going through all the people who had worked at GameSpot. And the craziest like part of it is realizing that I've worked at GameSpot longer than a lot of the people who were like my heroes. Not all of them. Like Kasabin was there for like 10 years. Jeff was there for a long time. Maybe 12, 13 years. Ryan McDonald was there for 15 years. Like Rich was there shorter than me now. And Rich left when he was 29. And so did Greg Kasavin. I'm 30 now. It's like, okay, that's a bit weird to think. Like this is the job that I always wanted. Like, and like getting to America and doing it here was like a dream that I had for like 5 years. And it's really strange to sort of sit on the opposite side of that dream now and be like, oh God, I'm one of the older people who work here. I mean, that's been the funny thing about being sober, is that we've had so many going away parties over the past couple of weeks between, you know, friends of mine who work in the editorial side, and then we've a lot of other people within CBS. So there's a lot of movement happening right now. Not really sure why, to be honest. But a lot of people are leaving CBS and probably leaving other places as well. I don't know. When the economy goes well, people move jobs, right? But it's very strange to sit back and be like, oh fuck, me Chris Waters. Like Chris has been there for donkey's years, like way longer than any of us. Like maybe 8 or 9 years now, I think. Yeah, like him, Peter Brown, and then Tay, I think, started around the same time as me. Like we're kind of the old guard now, which is like really, 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 really strange. Especially because I feel like I'm still so new to this. Especially as I feel like I'm still so new to the real job, which was like coming to America and sort of doing it and trying to really figure all this stuff out. So it's been a weird, like it's definitely been a sit back and like think about things kind of moment. So for that reason, I'm kind of not really sure what I'm doing after E3, like project wise. There's a couple of really cool things that are happening. Alt F1, we're going to Austin for the American Grand Prix, Circuit of the Americas. And I think I promised the internet that we were going to do video features, and then Drew was like, come on, man, we mightn't do that many video features. And we might not do that many video features, but we'll do something. I'm definitely going to do, like, bring a camera or something like that, and like, shoot a travel log, or we're definitely going to do a meetup, I think. But yeah, we're not probably, because we're not, this isn't paid for by CBS, and Jesus fucking Christ, is it expensive. Like, I think it was $700 for the ticket or something, and that doesn't include our hotel or flights or anything. So it's really expensive. So we're not, like, it's not a work thing, but like, I want to do something out of it, because I mean, how many times do you get to go to an F1? And I'm sure there's loads of people who you know, listen to Alt F1 who would like to, like, see what it's like going there. So we're gonna shoot something. I'm not really sure exactly what. And then the other thing is I'm going to shoot an E3 travel log as well, because, and like, fucking everyone does these things, but like, I've never done one, and GameSpot hasn't done one in like forever, like since the 2004 2005 DVDs or something. So I'm just gonna bring my camera here, my point and shoot, record a bunch of video, and then do a voiceover of it and turn it into something when I get back. So yeah, that should be fun. And then the other thing is Danswers is coming back. We're actually recording the next one on Friday, so 5 days from now. Greg Miller's coming on to start the new season, and sorry, excuse me. Start the new season, and it's a little bit of a. I've taken a lot of the feedback to heart on Dancers, and me and Dan are certainly not professionals. I mean, I literally live with a professional therapist, so I know what a professional is all about. And obviously, like, we're answering a lot of questions that sort of, I feel like what's happening is we're answering the same questions a lot, and then we're also like getting into, like, because as we're pushing the envelope a bit, we're getting into areas that were a little bit further afield from our area of expertise, and then that's creating problems where maybe we shouldn't be answering these questions. So what I'm hoping to do with the next season, and this is why it took so long to get back to Dancers, because this was a real soul searching kind of moment for me, because I want to do the show because people want to see it, and thanks to everyone for getting in contact over the past couple of months and asking for it, but I really don't want to do it and not be comfortable about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus Dancers, or the dancering of questions, or the asking of questions, on our guests and talk about their experiences. And we'll still take questions, and we'll still have like that sort of community relationship with it, but instead of it being entirely us answering emails, it's very much going to be like, we're going to get Greg Miller in. Like, what a perfect person to talk to about like several million things, like surviving cancer, relationships, you know, going on your own in terms of business, you know, taking a risk, things like that, working with your friends, having a work-life balance. Like, there's a million and one different things we can ask him about. So we're going to do that and try and like focus down on some experts and stuff. Like, I really want to get somebody in who deals with alcoholism, to sort of talk about, you know, my journey with like being sober for the next couple of months, and like, you know, the sort of the less binary look at what alcoholism is or addiction is. So stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do. I mean, we're starting 2 weeks before E3, and then we're going to E3, where we're not going to be obviously able to do one, so there will be a little bit of a gap, but hopefully you'll enjoy Greg's one. Actually, we might keep Greg's one in the can until after E3. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. I'm flying. E3 is in June, midway through June. That month afterwards is usually this weird, like, crazy creative period where no games are coming out, so I like to like fly away and shoot weird shit, or, you know, go to some developer somewhere and do something, or really do something weird in terms of a video project on GameSpot. So probably going to do that. And then I'm heading back to Europe for like 2.5 weeks, to Paris and to Ireland. So I'll probably, once I get back from that, I'll probably have figured out what to do with the point and all those other things. But yeah, thank you so much for keeping up to date and watching these things and giving your feedback and stuff. Like I say it a lot, like I'm not one for the the faux sincere community, oh, you guys are the best and blah 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 blah, and keep engaging and whatever the fuck and all that shit. Like, but there's a very, very real aspect of this job to me, which I think is kind of only, I don't know, I think it's only dawned on me in the past 6 months or something, where like I really am on the periphery of like a community of where I feel comfortable. Like, I live in a country that I've only been here for 2.5 years. I've not got no like green card stuff's happening now, and maybe I'll hopefully have it soon enough. But like, you know, there is that degree of instability. There's that degree of financial instability, and then there's the whole thing where like I don't have that many people who are like close friends to me. Like I have my best friend here, who I met here, who I'm totally, another thing I'm totally indebted to GameSpot for is bringing me over here. I mean, I wouldn't have met Lindsay. But like a lot of the work that I do is in this little bubble. And that's true if I was doing it at home as well. But like socially, there's this sort of bubble that exists, and then, you know, there's the screen, and you edit, and then you put it out on the internet, and then people fucking see it. But you don't actually get to meet a lot of these people. So being a Kind of Funny Live 2 last night, for instance, was really wonderful because I got to like talk to people about the work, which I really like doing. Like I like asking people, like, it's like, oh, I watched this one. It's like, what did you think of it? Which is really cool. And then that's why I enjoy using this YouTube channel so much, because I get to actually see what the fuck people think. And you guys seem to be very honest about it, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, so thank you so much. That's it. I'm going to play some Overwatch and Doom. I still haven't completed Doom. Doom's fucking great. Overwatch is great too. Don't buy loot crates. They're not worth it. Unless you've got your company to pay for them and then fucking knock yourself out. Let me know what you're playing. Let me know if you... I know there's a bunch of people who are also going sober. Let me know how you're doing as well. Yeah, I'm going to play tennis in about 5 minutes. I'm the whitest person in the world. I'm the whitest person in Oakland. Walking down the road to play tennis. Tennis is cool though. I suck. I can't serve for shit, but I can do some stuff. Oh, Hero's woken up. Hero's woken up. He's just in time to see the end of the video. Hero! Hero kitten! Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh. I think he's a little hungry. He's doing alright though. You doing okay? Did you have a nice time in your basket? Was it fun? You getting hair all over me? I played tennis 3 days ago and I rubbed my face on my shirt and I got cat hair in my eyeball and I lost a point. It was all your fault, you son of a bitch. You glorious son of a bitch. You glorious son of a bitch. Oh. Be quiet, Johnny. The video's ended. Okay. We're done here. Bye.